NBA Friday is here, and for today, I got my favorite 3 plays on the board with all the stats, breakdowns, and analysis that you need to know before the games tip off. Now, guys, we went a perfect 3-4-3 in our free Discord yesterday. We plan to keep cooking today as we head into the weekend. Now, speaking of that free Discord, this is where I post my best picks every single day for PrizePicks, for Underdog, Sleeper. This is where we send our play of the day and so much more. This is basically where we're hanging out talking hoops all day long. Now, we went a perfect 3-for-3 yesterday. We're up about 29 units since we started this journey about a month ago. We're hitting about 63% of our plays, meaning if you were to bet just $10 on each of our plays since we started, you'd be up nearly $300 and counting. So go ahead, press pause, find the link in the description or even in the comments section and slide right into our free Discord, our free community where we're celebrating our wins together every single day. So with that, guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's picks. Again, perfect 3-for-3 yesterday. Plan to go 3-for-3 today. All I need you to do is remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications if you want more free picks every single day. So for our first pick of the day, we have Mr. Donovan Mitchell, less than 5.5 assists. And when you take a look at the profile, you can see why pretty quickly. There's a lot of green on the board. He has failed to reach 6 or more assists in 7 out of the last 8 games. So 88% of the time he is landing under 5.5 assists, at least recently. He's averaging 4.88 assists per game over his last 8 contests. You'll also see that 4 out of the last 5 shooting guards, in fact, 6 out of the last 8 shooting guards to come up against the Dallas Mavericks have come up short of their assist prop against Dallas. You'll also see that 59% of sharp money is banking on Cleveland covering the spread in this game. And guys, the spread in this one is pretty wide. Cleveland is currently favored by 13.5 points. Sharp money is expecting them to cover that spread, meaning theoretically we should be expecting the Cleveland Cavaliers to win by 14 or more points. And if that happens, this game could turn into a blowout. I mean, Dallas is miserable as a defense overall. It's entirely possible Donovan Mitchell's not even playing in the fourth quarter of today's game, or at least playing very much if this game turns into the blowout that sharp money is expecting it to. You take a look at how the market is approaching this one, and overall they're pretty bullish. They're pretty confident that Donovan Mitchell under 5.5 assists is going to hit. Hard Rock Bet has it all the way at -145. Sleeper's -137. Fliff is -130. You'll see that Caesars, Underdog, and Novig have it anywhere between -120 and 122. Then you see PrizePicks, FanDuel, The Score, DraftKings, and Bet all land anywhere between -110, -119. Everybody is landing on the side of favoring that Donovan Mitchell lands under 5.5 assists. So our first pick of the day, Donovan Mitchell less than 5.5 assists. Our next pick of the day, we're going back again. I think this is the 3rd time this week that we've gone back to Scotty Barnes. But once again, the data really likes Scotty Barnes. Actually, we're theoretically rooting against Scotty Barnes. No offense to you, Scotty, but the data likes Scotty Barnes less than 22.5 points plus assists. Once again, a lot of green on the board when you pull this one up. You'll see that he has fallen under 22.5 PA in 9 out of his last 10 games. He's averaging just 19.7 PA per game in his last 10, well short of that 22.5 line. In fact, you zoom out a little bit further, you're going to see that he's fallen short of 22.5 PA in 14 out of his last 18 games. So even on a larger sample size, he's falling short of 22.5 PA. You go up against his 2025 numbers, he's hitting this 52% of the time, under 22.5 PA. Looking very good there. You take a look at his matchup. That looks like a very, very difficult matchup for Scotty Barnes, and that's a good thing. The Phoenix Suns in general, they rank number 6 in the entire NBA in points allowed. That's tough. They rank number 2 in the NBA in assists allowed. That's tough. You zoom into how they perform specifically against power forwards, it's even better. They are number 1 in the NBA in points allowed to opposing power forwards. Literally the toughest matchup on the board for a power forward, which is what Scottie Barnes plays. They rank number 7 in assists allowed to power forwards. All of that is very encouraging when you're considering the under in this one. You'll also see that 3 out of the last 4 power forwards to come up against the Phoenix Suns have fallen short of their PA prop. In fact, 4 out of the last 6 power forwards to come up against the Suns have fallen short of their PA prop. So you got a guy that is struggling to hit the mark to begin with. He's missed it in 9 out of his last 10 games. He's going up against a difficult matchup in the Suns, who are holding power forwards to the fewest points per game in all of basketball. And then you got a market who's pretty much in alignment, in agreement, pretty bullish on Scottie Barnes to land underneath 22.5 points plus assists. Sleeper has it at minus 137, Fliff minus 130, the score minus 125, PrizePicks Underdog about 119, 120, BetMGM 115, Hard Rock 115. Overall, the market is looking pretty confident that this one's going to hit. And honestly, guys, that is so much green on the board that it is really difficult to ignore. A guy who's missed 9 out of the last 10 going up against the toughest defense in basketball against power forwards. Guys, by the way, I personally am taking this particular play, Donovan Mitchell under 5.5 assists and Scottie Barnes under 22.5 points plus assist on Betr. Now, if you guys aren't on Betr, this is a solid alternative to PrizePicks and Underdog. Honestly, it's really hard to ignore all of the freebies that you get out of working with Betr. If you go ahead and download Betr, create an account, use code BBSMikey like you see on the screen, you are going to get a free pick tonight. They gave out a free pick to new users who use code BBSMikey, and you are going to get up to $200 in bonuses just by using BBSMikey as your code. I'm taking this one on Betr. We got Donovan Mitchell, less than 5.5 assists. Scottie Barnes, less than 22.5 points plus assist. Use code BBSMikey to claim a free play and $200 in bonuses. Guys, for our last pick, this is a bonus pick that I threw in for you. We are taking Derek Queen over 4.5 rebounds. Here's why. Now, for starters, you'll see that he's been doing it basically all season long. He has 5 or more rebounds in 53 out of 66 games that he's played this year. So 80% of the time he's been able to hit this one. Head-to-head, he did miss against Houston back on January 18th, just barely. He had 4 rebounds. We're looking for 5 or more. But if you look at what he did against the Houston Rockets on December 18th, 12 boards against the Houston Rockets back in December 18th to be exact. He's done it 75% in his last 20. He's done it 70% in his last 10. And once again, he has done it 80% of the time on the season. Now, guys, I'm never going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm never going to lie to you. There's nothing at all that's pretty about his matchup. It's actually the opposite. It's quite terrifying of a matchup, just being honest. The Houston Rockets rank number 2 in the NBA when it comes to rebounds allowed. Not good when we're considering the over on Derek Queen. In fact, even when you zoom into how they perform against centers, they're still really tough. They rank number 3 in the NBA in rebounds allowed to opposing centers. Now, there is a sliver of optimism when you zoom in and look at individual performances against the Rockets lately. We don't love that 3 out of the last 4 centers to come up against the Rockets have landed under their rebounds prop. We don't love that, including Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama. Those are 2 pretty darn good centers to land under their rebound prop. However, you will see that 7 out of the last 10 centers that have come up against the Houston Rockets have been able to hit the over. So there's at least a little sliver of optimism there as far as the matchup goes. Now, guys, the reason I am bullish on this pick in particular is the value that you're going to get out of this pick. So you're going to see a lot of apps and a lot of books that are pretty confident that this one's going to hit. In fact, some are pretty bullish that this one's going to hit. Hard Rock has this all the way at minus 135. Very confident that Derek Queen will grab at least 5 rebounds tonight. Sleeper has it at minus 128. Underdog minus 120. PrizePicks minus 119. Fliff minus 115. DraftKings minus 113. Bet Rivers minus 110. Caesars minus 108. FanDuel minus 106. And the Score at minus 105. However, we are not playing this one. We are not playing Derek Queen on any of those apps. Instead, we are playing Derek Queen over on Novig, and here's why. You are getting plus 122 value on Derek Queen, where everybody else is juicing him to hit over. Novig is pricing this like he's going to hit under. You're going to get a much better payout on Novig. And by the way, guys, that is not out of the ordinary for Novig. Novig is routinely the cheapest priced app and book that I am seeing when I'm researching picks every single day. Guys, I can't even tell you how often. It's probably 3 to 5 picks every single day that I'm sending to that free Discord community. In fact, you can see some of them right here. You see a lot of Novig slips on the board. I'm sending 3 to 5 different Novig plays every single day because of the value that you're getting. It's routinely the cheapest price. The other really cool thing about Novig, by the way, is that it's not like PrizePicks, Underdog, or Betr, where you must have at least 2 plays, 2 or more plays to submit a lineup. Novig, you can actually, it operates much more like a traditional sports book where you can submit just 1 play at a time, even if you live in a state like I do, Wisconsin, where you can't play on typical sports books. Novig is the solution. And if all that wasn't enough for you guys, enter code BBSMikey. Novig is going to hand you a $50 bill when you just play $5. That's it. So if you want to take a spin on Derek Queen to go over 4.5 rebounds, you're going to get plus odds, plus 122. Throw $5 on that bad boy. Worst case, that pick loses, and Novig is still going to hand you $50 to play with. It's about as no-brainer as it gets. So to recap, I am taking Donovan Mitchell less than 5.5 assists and Scotty Barnes 22.5 points plus assist over on Betr. You can also get this thing on PrizePicks. And then I am taking Derek Queen over 4.5 rebounds, specifically on Novig because of the insane payout that you're going to get when this one hits. So that is going to be all I got for you guys tonight. Again, please feel free to slide into our free Discord where I am sending my very best picks every single day. It doesn't cost you anything. The link is in the description of this episode. It's also in the pinned comment of this episode. Other than that, be sure to like the video if you dig the content, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. We got more videos coming most days of the week. And that's all I got for you guys. Good luck out there. Let's make some money. Probably won't see you tomorrow, but we'll see you Monday.